What's going on, everybody? My name's Chris. Welcome to my channel. This is part 3 of my StewMac.com tenor ukulele kit build. We left off last time where I mentioned that I contacted StewMac about their bridge plate because as you can see, and I'm going to show you here close up, you can see that it doesn't match up to the X braces. So I'm going to have to modify the bridge plate to make it fit the X braces. And that basically was their answer. They said that this is the stock bridge plate for all of their kits, no matter what size. So I could either modify the X braces, the angle, to fit this, or modify this. I wish I had known that before, because it would have been a lot easier to just change the angle of the X braces just a little bit. But I lined them up exactly to the plan, so now I have to do a little bit of shaping on the bridge plate. So the way I'm doing it is I have my file clamped into my vise, and I've just taken the plate and rotating it just a little bit which way it needs to go, and just filing down on it a little bit at a time, trying to do it evenly on both sides. So after I file a little bit, I just come back to the soundboard and see how much I need to go. So I'm going to just keep doing that until it pretty much fits good enough, and then I'll clamp it down and I'll be ready to go. The plans call for you to make a makeshift mold to keep the sides together. I've got a scrap piece of 3/4 inch plywood right here, so I'm going to cut it down to size and get the mold together. Alright, so it calls for a 19 inch by 12 inch rectangle. So what I'm going to do is make my first cut just over 12 inches and then move my fence to 12, flip the piece over and make a final cut. That'll be 12 inches this way, and then I just need to make this 19. Alright, so for the mold, I've got my 19 by 12 inch piece of wood here, and that's for the tenor. If you're building the baritone, it's going to be a little bit bigger. Just follow the instructions. I've got the sides here. Now the sides are going to end up sitting on this board, like so. I've got some 2.5 inch L brackets, or corner braces, whatever you want to call them. So these are going to go, they're going to get screwed down to the board in these positions. I've got a dowel. This happens to be a 1/2 inch dowel. I'm going to cut a couple of sections off of this, and you'll see in a minute what I'm going to do with it. And then I need another couple of scrap pieces of wood to go here and here. In the instructions, the only thing it says is that the L brackets should not be any higher than the sides. So these 2.5 inch L brackets do come up a little bit short, which is fine. So I'm going to cut a couple of 2.5 inch sections of dowel to have them ready to go. I should also mention that I do have 8 screw eyes. Now these are bolts or screws that have a eye on the top, and those will be used for clamping coming up. So I've got 8 of those. Alright, the first thing I'm going to do is draw a center line down the middle of this board. And connect the dots. Then I have to tape this down onto the board. So it's got its dotted line in the middle. So I just need to line those up. And I'm going to place a couple of these brackets here just to make sure I put it about in the center between them. So I need to get a couple of scrap pieces of wood to go here. Okay, so I cut a couple of pieces of plywood blocks to put on these L brackets, and just so you know, I cut it 2 inches by 3 inches, just shy of 3 inches. I did that just because, so that it would cover mostly the side, almost all the way to the top. So what I've got to do is line this block up with the black line of the form, and I'm just going to make sure that the center line that I marked on the board is going through the holes on the bracket, so I know it's about centered. So both of these need to go and get attached. What I'm going to use to drill the holes is the same thing I used to drill the holes for these blocks. So a VIX bit or a self-centering bit. It has a piece that centers inside of a hole, and it'll pre-drill for you. It's a spring-loaded tip, and there's a little drill bit inside. Right, so let me get this first one attached. That looks good right there. Guess that'll do. Do the other side. Same way. Okay, so those are done. So what I'm going to do for these other ones is I'm going to take my dowel pieces that I cut, and I'm literally just going to wrap blue tape around them. That's what the plans say to do, so I don't see a problem with that. And for these, I'm just going to put them on the narrowest point at the waist of the guitar, right on the black line. So I'm not really going to measure where they need to go this way, just the narrowest point. That'll do right there, I think. Okay, so I guess I can get this diagram off of here. Uh-oh, it's ripping it. Uh-oh, oh man, it's ripping it. That's okay, I don't really think I need it anymore. And just a side note, if you do need more copies of this plan, I did find out that they are available on StewMac.com. So I just went to the site and searched for ukulele plan or something like that, and I found a whole page where it has the instructions and these that you can download in PDF form. I do have this in PDF form, so if I do need another copy, I'll just print one out. Alright, so this is how it works. Let me see. So this is going to go here, and this is going to go here. So you can see how it works. Pretty cool. So I know I mentioned last time that the next step would be to join these sides together with the heel and the neck blocks. I think that's the name of them. So those go right there. See, there's the heel block and there's the neck block, and that's what holds the two sides together. But since I had to take an extra step and actually build this mold, it's turned out that I'm just not going to have time to do everything else today. I've used up most of my free time today building this mold. So next time we will get to attaching the tail block and the neck block together, and hopefully putting the kerfing. I don't think they're calling it kerfing in this kit. It's something else. I can't remember, but it acts like the kerfing. It's just not kerfed. So thank you for watching my video. I'm glad you tuned in. Please subscribe if you'd like to see the other parts of this series. I do have a playlist going, which I'll try to put somewhere at the end of the video. This is the third part, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, so I don't know how many parts it's going to span, just until it gets done. Whatever that is, it is what it is. But thank you for watching, and I guess I'll see you next time. Bye.